Pasiglahin ang ating buhay. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara, sumayaw, mangarap, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla.
Ako nga pala si Binibining Gretchen Tayaban ng Rosario Integrated School, ang inyong guro sa musika sa ika-6 na baitang. Nagtataka ka ba kung paano napapasa ng mga composer, singer, at manunugtog ang mga musical sheet na ito? Alam mo ba kung paano basahin ang mga musical sheet na ito? Kung hindi pa, halika! Samahan mo ko at ating alamin kung paano basahin ang simple musical notation sa key of C major, F major, at G major.
At the end of our lesson, you must be able to read simple musical notation in the key of C major, F major, and G major. There are certain rules that you need to follow in watching a video lesson. First, prepare a notebook, pen, and a copy of your activity sheet and Module 1 in MAPE, specifically in music. Second, find a nice and quiet place in your house that will not interfere with your study. Third, listen carefully to each instruction and lesson. Perform the task to the best of your ability. And last but not the least, don't forget to take picture and send it via FB Messenger. This will serve as your output. Are you ready? Let's begin by classifying the musical symbol according to their group. You have 10 seconds to do this task. Time is up. Let's check your answers. Do we have the same answer? Amazing! This time, let us listen to the song entitled Do Re Mi, The Sound of Music.
EBS Kids.
What are the syllables mentioned at the end of the song? That's right. It's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. How do you call do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? Is it a pitch name or a solfege? A solfege is correct. Solfege are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Solfege is also called solfeggio or solfa. It is a system where every note of a scale is given its unique syllable, which is used to sing that note every time it appears. The solfege system has its 7 basic syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, with its corresponding pitch name C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, which is used to name the line and spaces of a musical staff. What is a musical staff? It is the foundation upon which notes are drawn. The modern staff comprises 5 lines and 4 spaces. Every line and spaces in the staff represent the white key and the keyboard or piano, wherein clefs are responsible in assigning notes to a certain line or spaces. There are 2 commonly clefs used in a musical staff, the treble clef and the bass clef. Let us first discuss the treble clef, also known as the G clef. The second line of the staff which the clef wraps around is known as G. Any note placed on this line becomes G. The note in the space above G is A. Remember, there is not an H note. The note on the line above A is B, and this process continues. Oh no! We just ran out of room to place notes. What happens now? Ledger line will solve our problem. A ledger line is a small line that extends the staff when we run out of room to place notes. With the ledger line drawn, we can now place the A note. Every line and spaces in a staff has its corresponding pitch name or a letter name based on its musical clef. In treble clef, we use these letters. In order for us to remember these letters easily, we can refer to these acronyms. Next is the bass clef, also known as the F clef. The staff line in between the 2 dots of the clef is F. The note on the space above F is G. The note on the line above G is A. And now we can fill the rest of the bass clef also assign letters in each line and space. For us to remember these letters easily, we can memorize these acronyms. Now that we learn about the staff and musical clef, let's see how the grand staff is formed. A grand staff is a theoretical staff consisting of 11 lines. When we eliminate the middle line, we end up with 2 regular staffs. By adding the treble clef on the top staff and bass clef on the bottom staff, we can see the relationship between the 2 staffs. You can see that the 2 clefs are joined by the C, commonly called middle C, since it corresponds to the middle staff line on the grand staff. This is a grand staff consisting 2 staves. One on top staff, the treble clef, and the bottom staff is the bass clef. This allows us to play as low as we want in the left hand and as high as we want in the right hand at the same time. In order to read the notes successfully from a grand staff, it is important to be comfortable reading both treble and bass clef individually. Take note, the musical staff, clef, and the musical scales will help us determine the major and minor scales. Let's talk about scale. A scale came from the Latin word scala, meaning ladder. In music, it is a series of 8 notes arranged in an ascending and descending manner. The most common scale in music is the diatonic scale. There are two kinds of diatonic scale, the major scale and the minor scale. The basic difference of major and minor scale is seen and heard in the interval pattern of a whole step and half step intervals. In this lesson, we will particularly study about C major, F major, G major, and their key signatures. Let's take a look at the formula of a major scale. In order to know how to construct a major scale and to fully understand the relationship of the keys on the scale and on the piano, it is important to be familiar with the whole and half step intervals. A half step is the shortest distance between two notes, while a whole step is composed of two half steps. The red curvy arrows represent the whole step interval, while the blue curvy arrows represent the half step interval. Each key of a piano is composed of a half step. When you combine two keys in a row, you'll come up with a whole. Let's begin with the C major scale. C major, or the key of C, is a major scale based on C with pitches D, E, F, G, A, and B. C is one of the most common key signatures used in music since it has no flats and sharps. You can see it in our piano that the white keys from lower C to its higher C are marked with red dots. That means C major can be played by playing only the white keys starting on C. The syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti can be applied to the first 7 notes of the C major scale. The last note is do because it is the repetition of the first note. Let us construct the C major in ascending manner. The home tone of C major is Do, and it is located on the ladder line below the staff. The note on the space above Do is Re. The note next to our home tone is Re. The note on the line above Re is Mi. The note on the space above Mi is Fa. The note on the line above Fa is Sol. The note on the space above Sol is La. The note on the line above La is Ti. And finally, the note on the third space is the higher Do. And vice versa to the descending pattern of a C major scale. This time, let us listen to the tone of C major scale in ascending and descending manner. In your screen is an example of a music sheet in C major scale. Using the solfege, let us read the note one at a time. The first note is located on the second line of the staff, meaning it should be read as Sol. The note on the third space is read as Do. The note on the first line is read as Mi. And finally, the note on the second space is read as La. Can you follow? Great! This time, it's your turn. In your first activity, you must read each note in the key of C major using the solfege. You have 10 seconds to do this task. You may start. Time is up. Let's check your answer. Do we have the same answer? Great! Next is the key of F major. The F major scale, or the key of F major, is based on F, with the pitches G, A, B flat, C, D, and E. Notice that the scale below has a flat on the third line of the staff, meaning all notes placed on this line must decrease its tone by half step because the accidental flat is used to lower the tone of a note by half step. With this, the B note becomes B flat and is to be played on the black key of a piano. This pattern is made in order to maintain the interval of notes based on the major scale formula. Let's try to construct the F major scale in an ascending manner. Let's begin with the home tone Do located on the first phase of the staff, the F note. The home tone is located on the first phase of the staff. The note on the line above Do is Re. The note on the space above Re is Mi. The note on the line above Mi is Fa. Notice that the accidental flat is on the third line of the staff, meaning all note placed in this line must decrease its tone by half step. That means note Fa will decrease its tone by half step. Next to Fa is Sol. The note on the line above Sol is La. The note on the space above La is Ti. And finally, the note on the line above Ti is the higher Do. And vice versa to the descending pattern of F major scale. This time, let us listen to the tone of F major in ascending and descending manner. To further understand the F major scale, let us read the notes in the key of F using the solfege. Let us begin with the first note located on the second line of the staff. It is read as Re. The next note is on the third space of the staff, meaning that is Sol. The next note is on the second space of the staff. That means that is read as Mi. And finally, the last note is Do because it is located on the first space of the staff. Now it's your turn. Your task is to read each note in the key of F major using the solfege. I'll be giving you 10 seconds to accomplish this task. You may start. Time is up. Let's check your answer. Do we have the same answer? Great! Let's move on to our next key, which is the G major scale. The G major scale, or the key of G, is based on G, with the pitches A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp. Notice that the scale below has A sharp on the fifth line of the staff, meaning all notes placed on this line must increase its tone by half step because the accidental sharp is used to raise the tone of a note by half step. With this, the F note becomes F sharp and is to be played on the black key of a piano. This pattern is made in order to maintain the interval of notes based on the major scale formula. Let's start constructing the G major scale in an ascending manner. Our home tone will be on the second line of the staff, the G note. A note placed in the space above Do is Re. A note on the line above Re is Mi. A note on the space above Mi is Fa. A note placed on the fourth line of the staff is sol. A note on the space above sol is la. A note on the line above la is ti. Remember to raise the tone of this note because of the presence of accidental sharp in this line. And finally, the note on the space above ti is the higher do. Vice versa to its descending pattern. This time, let us listen to the tone of G major in ascending and descending manner. Using the solfege, let us read the notes in the key of G major scale. The first note is on the second line of the staff, meaning it is our home tone do. The second note is on the line above re, meaning it is read as mi. The third and fourth note is located on the same space above do. They are read as re and re. Your next activity is to read each note in the key of G major using the solfege. You have 10 seconds to accomplish this task. Time is up. Let's check. Do we have the same answer? Awesome! Let's move on to our next activity. Your task is to read and sing the musical score of the song entitled Roses in the key of F major using the solfege system. You can take a video of yourself while doing this task. The song will be played twice. You can write your answer to these questions in your music notebook to be submitted on the retrieval day. The C major scale is one of the most common key signature or major scale because it has no flats and sharps. The F major scale. It has accidental flat on the third line on the leftmost part of the staff after the clef. The G major scale. It has accidental sharp on the fifth line on the leftmost part of the staff after the clef. The formula for a major scale is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and half step. You need to keep in mind that a musical scale is a series of pitches arranged in an ascending and descending manner. A key signature tells the pitch of the song. It is either flat or sharp, found at the leftmost part of the staff after the clef. A flat lowers the tone of a note by half step, while a sharp raises the tone of a note by half step. This time, I want you to bring out your pen and your activity sheet in music for your short quiz. You'll be given 10 seconds for each task. Time is up. You may check your answer. But remember, honesty is the best policy. For your additional activity, watch this.
Pocket TV. May tatlong bibe akong nakita. Mataba, mapayat mga bibe. Ngunit ang may pakpak sa likod ay iisa. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. Tayo na sa ilog ang sabi. Kumendeng, kumendeng ang mga bibe. Ngunit ang may pakpak sa likod ay iisa. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. May tatlong bibe akong nakita. Mataba, mapayat mga bibe. Ngunit ang may pakpak sa likod ay iisa. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Kwak, kwak, kwak. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak.
Based on the video clip that you have watched, choose any one of the following activities to perform. A. Dance the song. B. Sing the song. C. Write a poem about the song. Or D. Make a comic strip about the song. Take note. Output may be done through written, then to be submitted during the retrieval, or maybe in video, then can be sent through messenger or email. For your performance task, please refer to our rubrics.
At muli, ito po ang inyong guro sa musika, Binibining Gretchen Tayaban ng Rosario Integrated School na nagsasabing, knowledge is power. Naway mayroon kayong natutunan sa ating leksyon ngayong araw na ito. Kung meron kayong katanungan, maaari ninyo akong tawagan sa numerong nasa inyong screen. O di kaya, i-PM sa aking Facebook Messenger account. Hanggang sa susunod na video lesson, paalam!